Good morning everyone. I'm going to get straight to the point on this video. I'm going to show you Songkhla Old Town. I was going to start this video off at the city gates, but they have turned into a construction site. So I've come here. This is my plan B. This is Hub Ho Hinn. This is the community and historical heart of the Old Town. This is an old rice mill turned ice factory turned museum. And here you can check out the whole history of Songkhla. And what they have done, they have really neatly laid out all the history, all the detail of Songkhla in English and Thai. We've got old maps, we've got new pictures, we've got all these details, all these places that you can visit, all these kind of shops as well, these coffee shops that have sprung up you can visit. And here we've got a map and it shows all the places that you should check out in the old town. And then we come down here, we've got the history of Hub Ho Hinn, the rice mill turned ice mill that we're at here. And we can see it actually here, right sticking out into the harbour. We've got more information, more history, and we've got more over here. Here we've got a huge layout of the old city, and we've got more information going on, and we can go out and we can see the fishing world right out there. So I'm going to show you Songkhla Old Town today. And with all this information, as I always say on my videos, I have taken photos of all these. If you want to see all these in English and in Thai language and read the history of Songkhla Old Town, just drop down to the link below. And I've put them all into a gallery on Facebook and you can check them out. Hub Ho Hinn has some old artifacts and exhibits, and you can see we've got a really old fishing boat sitting here. And then we can walk straight out of the mill and we are right into the heart of Songkhla's tradition, a port city. We can see the fishing boats moored up here, and these are going out to sea. We can see the old machines that would have powered the products of the rice mills up and into the boats waiting on this harbour front to take them away. And you can also see down there how many fishing boats there are moored up. This is still a busy fishing port, and we get a good look at the rice mill from this side. So we've done Hub Ho Hinn. This is your first stop in the old town. Now let's crack on. So it's time to get stuck into Songkhla Old Town. And what I love here is the originality and the authenticity. But that is changing. We'll get to that in a minute. But we'll start with this backdrop of this amazing soy food shop. And you can see the food listed there, the bowls waiting to go. The tables, the condiments are all waiting. Now, the first thing with Songkhla Old Town, there is a lot of traffic. It is non-stop. There are basically 3 parallel roads. So you're going to find maps absolutely everywhere. So you can just walk up and down. They're about 1 kilometer each. And then the next thing that we hit up is street art. There is street art everywhere. And you can see this reflects Songkhla's tradition as a fishing village. And the windows here are built into the boat. And that lintel there, kind of built into the boat's roof. Absolutely epic. So you're going to have street art absolutely everywhere. But this is also changing a lot because there is more and more. And you can just see, even without street art, everything is authentic and old. You're also going to get a lot of tourists and people coming to take photos as well. We've got this lady taking a photo with the street art. We've got about 5 or 6 people here taking photos, so we'll just wait a moment until they have finished. Cobb and cab. And again, you can see street art everywhere, maps everywhere, directions everywhere. And we're getting onto the first road and we've got more people taking the photos because this is as Instagrammable as they get. Even the zebra crossings have all been painted up with traditional symbols from Songkhla. But Songkhla is changing. The old town is starting to get gentrified. Now, I want to bring you here and show you this space between 2 old buildings leading down to the Songkhla Lagoon, because this is Save the Wall. This is an architectural exhibition, and this really puts into context what I want to tell you today and my angle of this video, because what I said earlier, this is the most authentic old town in Thailand, but not for much longer at all. It is changing, and you can see here what we have is an architect's view, fusing the old town with modern designs. Now, is that going to be good? Is that going to be bad? Is that going to improve things or not? That is not the question I want to answer here. What I want to say is if you want to get the most authentic, real old town in Thailand, you need to come here now because it is changing and is changing fast. In the last year since I've been here, I was last here last October, I have seen a lot of changes, a lot of gentrification. You can see over here again, there are more pictures all across the walls showing you what idea of the future of this place could be or probably will be. So you need to come here now and check this place out before it changes. So you can walk out actually onto this rather rickety wooden walkway, which has got a rather small handrail as well, which is also quite wobbly. And we can stand on the end here and we can look right out. So right opposite the architect's look at the future, we've got a real traditional house here. The wood top half, the brick bottom. Over here, we've got some old cannons all corroded away. And look at all these giant pots, all covered in mold and rotting away. And then this amazing kind of Sino-Portuguese architecture right next door to this. Then if we go through, there's a lot of people here today I have to navigate through. You can see we've got a shop in one half, but then if we come out here, right in the middle, between two buildings, this one on this road, that one on the middle road, we've got this atrium which is really quiet and peaceful. You can see the wooden balcony floor up there. You can see a lily bowl there, you can see a well, and the biggest porcelain plate you'll ever meet in your life. And then the second building leading out onto the other road is a whole building dedicated to the memory of the last king, King Rama IX. The whole building has been turned into a shrine. We can see the busts here. You can see all the pictures of his life all around the walls. Many, many pictures of famous photos of his life. And then we can step right out onto the next road here and look back into there. And actually there's more. There's smaller rooms on either side, there's mezzanine floors, and we've got pictures absolutely everywhere. It's really amazing, and the whole style, all the architecture, everything is absolutely from the period. Look at these amazing door handles. So already we're just stepping back in time, every footstep we take. And before we even move away from this old house, this architect's exhibition, we have an art gallery, and look at the original architecture here. And we've got an exhibition free entrance, and here we've got art hanging on the walls. We've got sculptures here, and a lot of different styles all fused into one place. And I love the way the original walls, the brick has been painted. We walk through. We've got a lot of different styles going on here as well. Some kind of original flooring here. And I really like this skylight right up there, bringing the light in. And then we come into this last room. We've got art all around the walls, this big dining table, and we can look out onto the lagoon of Songkhla. I mean, these houses are absolutely beautiful. What a perfect view, unless it starts to come flooding into here. So we have everything going on. And again, this is all new. This is all just arrived. But look at that tiled flooring. So just look at the ornate wooden detailing of these doors here. They're absolutely amazing. And these sculptures built into the walls and all the decoration all the way around. It's just like this, one building after another. And the next one, I mean, look at these doors. They are absolutely fantastic, and people just want to stand like this and have their photo taken. And everywhere, as I have said, you'll find signs directing you to places. Then this alleyway is just amazing. On one side we've got all this brick and all these old wooden windows, kind of really a colonial style. And then this side, the whole side of the building, end to end, is all covered in traditional street art, reflecting the history of Songkhla. Man, this is just absolutely stunning. And then the whole floor is in this bricked paving. It looks absolutely amazing. And like all these alleyways, when we get to the end, we're right onto the lagoon of Songkhla. And it looks like this landing stage has seen better days. Here we've got a wooden building that is original as is possible to get, and right next door, this building has been completely done up into an arts and crafts space and an eatery. So here we have a little shop, all Thai traditional symbols, and they're doing ice cream, sandwiches, all homemade stuff. Man, it's just absolutely amazing. If we look in here, this is just stepping right back into time. It's really, really beautiful, and you look right opposite here again, all this architecture is so original. So we've made it up to the end of the first road. I'm basically taking the three roads. You can see the first road runs parallel to the lagoon, just maybe 10 meters off it. There's the red mill. Next door, we've got a rather modern Krung Thai bank. But as we get to the end, we've got this really cool wall architecture here that's been built onto the end. I kind of really like that, all these rocks set into concrete. And then we've got some cool murals on the end here. I'm just going to step back a bit so you can see this. That is very, very cool. And then right on the end here, we've got a K-Bank. If you live in Thailand, you'll know the K-Bank ATM. So it's really cool to see that on the wall. We're going to head down the middle now. These wooden shop fronts are absolutely amazing. They're so authentic, so original. This one's had a mural painted on it of the old convenience store and the old man and the old woman selling their stuff. So we better stop and look at some of the architecture here because it's absolutely epic. Look at that, it's absolutely stunning. Those doors are really, really beautiful. We look up here, we've got a similar style architecture there. We've got a coffee shop here, we've got a coffee shop here, and that is beautifully original with all those wooden frames. So here we've got a building that is abandoned and forgotten. And if we look through these collapsing doors, we can see some of this town is definitely a long way from gentrification. You can see this. Time has stood still. Here we've got an amazing triangulated building that looks like it was Songkhla Art Centre at some point. There's a mural on the wall. We've got more concrete there. And then we've got an amazing wooden building here with this tiled roof that looks like it's been shut for a while. And I'm just going to mention this as well. Squadron leader Arthur Stewart King Scar, because he is known as a hero in Songkhla. He was involved in World War II. And you'll see murals of his fighter aircraft around this town. Over here, we've got a really traditional wooden building with a tiled roof and a metal edge to it. We've got another traditional building there. And again, if I can duck through all the traffic, we've got another alleyway leading down to the river. And again, every time we have different styles of cobbles. You can see it's taking us down to a jetty. We've got more art on the walls. Everything is so authentic and so original. And like all these alleyways leading down to the Gulf of Songkhla, we have a stack of fishing boats at the end. Although it looks like this fishing boat hasn't put to sea for quite a long time. This wall has a huge ship painted onto it. It looks like some sort of liner. Here we've got a very brightly coloured, almost Art Deco style building. And over here on the wall, we've got a World War II aircraft mural on these shutters. So time is moving on. I need to finish my video. It's also going to start raining soon, so we need to wrap this up. Now I've come up to the third road. And as I've said in this video, basically you've got three roads running parallel, although the old town spreads out more than that and there's lots of intersecting roads. But essentially you've got three roads. And I want to show you one of the most famous landmarks, the City Pillar Shrine. But before we do that, just want to show you this traditional Thai Chinese pharmacy sitting here. And you can see all the traditional products in the window. And like everywhere else, they've got a history of this shop in Thai, in English and in Chinese on the wall here. So we're going to leave this pharmacy behind and go over and look at the City Pillar Shrine. And again, what I've been saying all the way through my video, there's information absolutely everywhere. And if we look here, we've got a history in Thai and in English. And if we look down here, we can see it was first built about 129 years ago in the reign of King Rama the Fourth. So we need to take a look in at the City Pillar Shrine. This is quite a small shrine here. You can see it on my right here. It's got a wooden facade, but it's all made out of concrete, and that is 100% Chinese style. And you can also see all the implements of religious worship here. These things burning away. Let me just walk around and show you the flames burning on this. So we need to go in and have a quick look around. And it looks like a ceremony is just finished. You can see these guys are tidying up and clearing a table here. We look around, all this stuff on the walls, and then these doors into the shrine. They are amazing, huge old wooden doors, a big step to get over, and we walk in. And then look at all these cubby holes here with papers in. We've got an LED lantern up there, so we have got something modern. But apart from that, this is really stretching right back. A big bell up here, and you look at these doors from behind, these wooden doors all opening inwards, is really, really beautiful. So let's leave the city pillar shrine. It's pretty small. You only need to spend a few minutes here. You can see all the ornate work and detail in the arch outside. There's another shrine about 50 meters down, but in between it, there is a local food shop, and this shop is always incredibly busy. There's always a queue to eat in. In fact, I'm going to have to duck out because there's people standing around. And you can see this is really a pure traditional shop going on. It's all in Thai here, but you can see how busy they are, and you can see those being cooked and steamed there. Absolutely amazing completely. And this place is always really, really busy. And we see a second shrine. Again, we've got the whole Chinese styling, got all the lanterns up here, and a really amazing archway. So let me take you for a look into this shrine, and it's fairly similar to the other one in terms of the architecture. You can see all these big wooden doors opened inwards, a concrete shrine, and inside it's all very similar. You can see all the language, all the symbols around. But what is interesting with this one is all the Thai symbolism wrapped into it. And we can see up there a lot of Thai symbols squeezed into this temple. So you've got a real fusion between China and Thailand. When we're talking about a history, I mean, it's absolutely perfect that a VW combi comes down the road. Anyway, we're going to leave this behind, and I'm just going to mention we've got artwork on the wall right opposite. We've actually got a small garden with this ice cream shop. And I haven't really mentioned ice cream, but ice cream is one of the signatures of Songkhla. And you can see there's one ice cream shop here, and there are loads more around here as well. Life is short, eat dessert first. For sure, you're going to end up eating ice cream if you come to Songkhla. So just 50 meters from the shrines, we've got a cannabis shop. Now, Thailand is really changing when in 2025, cannabis shops are normal. And there's one in Songkhla Old Town, if that takes your fancy. Anyway, I want to show you this. This is Ban Braai. And I don't know how to describe it. It's basically just a place with so much ceramics all over the walls and big murals. It's just absolutely incredible. It's all quite new. It's kind of an old building that has been restored and really modernized as well. And you see we've got a huge ceramic jug sitting in a tree, and even up on the roof of the building you can see animals on the roof ridge. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. Got a huge mural, maybe 15 meters long, of the Great Wall of China, and we look down into all these gardens here. They're absolutely stunning. And then we get to the barn itself, and that is absolutely amazing. Gardens go right round. It is so ornate, so beautiful. So we need to take a look inside, because I've seen nothing like this ever in my life before. So inside, it's an exhibition of old artifacts, old paintings, and you just look around. There's unbelievable the amount of old bronzed cups and kettles and teapots. I don't know what to say. I cannot really describe all this, and it's not my knowledge subject, so I don't want to say too much. Just show you this. It's all wooden building. It's been turned into this incredible museum. That is definitely worth a look. So just 20 meters from that ceramic overload, look at these amazing shop fronts here, all wooden, all absolutely original. And here we have a bronze style statue of a man carrying a load and a schoolboy going to school. And we're actually at the Tourist Information Centre, where you can get even more maps of Songkhla. And we've got a really cool, massive map on the wall. So if we look at the map, and like everything else, I've taken photos of it. I'll drop it down into a link in the description below in a gallery. And you can see we are here. And we've got the Guan Yu Shrine here. We've got the City Pillar Shrine there. You can see we've got old houses with art. We've got more temples. We've got an Islamic temple. And then down here, we've got the Old Town Gate, which I couldn't really show you because it's all being done. And then you can see all the old buildings down on the riverfront. And we can see actually the Songkhla Lagoon here and Hub Ho Hinn, where I started off, the rice mill turned ice mill. And then up here, we've still got to do the city wall and the museum. And then we are pretty much done. But you can actually see it is not that big. We've basically got 3 roads running parallel to each other. And I would say they're probably about 700-800 meters long. So you can just spend a couple of hours walking around. You don't need a car, you don't need a motorbike, you don't need a bicycle. Because parking here is a problem as well. Certainly with a car, it is no go whatsoever. But you can just walk around aimlessly and check out the old town, and you'll just discover things at every turn. And you'll also discover things that are not on the map that you see by accident. And that's why you really want to be walking and peering up all the alleyways. Anyway, let's keep on moving. And right opposite here, we've got an amazing old building, which looks like it's some sort of restaurant now. Look at that, that tile roof is sagging in. It's all got corrugated sheets and wood mixed on the end. That is what it is all about, to be honest to me. And this building here is absolutely epic. I forgot, right next to this Tourist Information Centre, these absolutely classic old buildings, we've got another small shrine here, which is smaller than the others. So we've got 3 Chinese shrines within about 200 meters of each other. And a lot of history going on the walls. So we've left 3 Chinese shrines behind, and right at the end of this road, we have a huge traditional Thai temple and a huge complex of grounds. So for the final part of my video, I've come about 250 meters out of the old town because I want to show you 2 things. First of all, the National Museum, and secondly, this 150 meters is the only surviving section of the Songkhla walls that used to defend it centuries ago. But I just want to give you a quick glimpse from the outside of the museum. I don't want to make this video too long and go in and show you, but this is absolutely amazing. The building in itself is stunning, and you can see the old cannons and anchors around, but you just look at that. That is absolutely incredible and worth a visit, and you can see more things over there and all these beautiful grounds. So I'm going to bring you the whole museum another day and the whole history of Songkhla, but today I don't want this video to get too long. It's also going to rain like crazy very soon again, so I don't want to be stuck on a motorbike here. So I'm about done, and I'm going to finish with the surviving section of wall, because you got to come and see this. It's absolutely epic. Once upon a time, Songkhla had walls defending it on all 4 sides. A lot of battles went on during its history, and these kept the invaders out. Anyway, it's a perfect place to finish my video. So thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please hit the like button for me. I'm not a huge expert on Songkhla, so if you've got more to add, more to throw in, please drop down into the comments, leave some messages, leave any information. Help me learn, help other people learn as well. And also I'll mention here, I've been here 5 times in 3 years. And the reason I'm here is for the Songkhla Grand Prix, which is a street race for cars around Songkhla, up at Samela Beach End. So if you want to see that, if you're interested in cars, if you're not interested in cars, it's something different, a different vibe, drop down in the description, I'll put my whole review video of that event in there. For now, I'm done. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.